Hello, football family. Welcome into Huddle It Up Films Week 2 picks. Alec and I are back. I am 10-4, cool 10-4. Alec is a cool 9-5. So if you watched this show last week and you put in some picks, you made yourself a little cream. Cash rules everything around me, Alec. I know you're jealous of that.
Hey man, it was all working good for me. My Achilles heel was the Ravens game. Being my locked in pick as the last game, I took all my winnings and put it all in that game. So I just broke even this game this week.
That's a rather sad story. It is a sad story. Not
Yeah.
even just as a Ravens fans, but from betting perspective. Alec won at the casino, decided to put it all on black or red at the roulette table, and it just went right out there. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, let's get into it. A lot of ground to cover. 15 games. As usual, we're skipping the Thursday game. Keep the control group nice in case we have to bump the video back. So let's start Sunday afternoon. We have San Francisco going to Philadelphia. San Francisco is a 3-point favorite. I'm starting with this one. I'm picking the San Francisco 49ers. I love the way Philadelphia looked last week, but I do believe overall San Fran is the better team on paper. I believe in their coaching staff, something you'll probably hear me say over and over again. I don't believe the injuries at running back will hurt them, so I'm going with San Fran giving the 3 points at Philly.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I also went with the 49ers and felt the same way. I think the Eagles played well. This is a difficult one to choose because the Eagles also are at home. But I went ahead and also picked the 49ers. I think they'll be able to pull it off.
Okay.
Let's go now to the Saints at Panthers. The Saints are a 3.5-point favorite. I'm going to take the Panthers to cover here. Not 100% sure if they're going to win, but I think they can keep it close. And the Saints definitely look better than I gave them credit for last week. But I think maybe this might be a contrarian pick. I'm going to go with the Panthers to cover.
Smash lock alert. By the way, I learned once I got on the internet that smash had some different connotations. So that's why I wanted to stick with the lock pick.
That's fair.
I'm gonna lock this one instead of the alternative. And
Okay.
big delta here, bro. I'm going with the Saints. Told you I believed in the Saints team. I told you Jameis Winston under Peyton was going to be different. Told you. Not you, just a lot of other people. I had the Saints right up there, right below the Bucks in my divisional, my preseason picks. So I'm going with the Saints. Love what they're doing over there. That defense is tough. It's going to be tough for Sam Darnold. IMO, my friend. And that leads us to our next game, Cleveland Browns. When's the last time Cleveland was a 12.5-point favorite? But they are. They have the Houston Texans, who gutted out a win. Game both of us lost last week. We both picked Jacksonville. I am taking Cleveland and laying those points. I don't know if Cleveland's going to win by 10. I don't know if Cleveland's going to win by 14. I don't know if Cleveland's going to win by 7. But I strongly believe Cleveland's going to win this game. I'll lay the 12.5. How about you, sir?
Yeah, I don't like usually taking this many points in a spread, but I'm going to do it. So Browns 12.5. These are the kind of games I stray away from when actually betting. Like you will see in my article that I usually just take the money line in these kind of situations because I just don't feel like it that kind of confident. But at least also week 2. So yeah, but I'm gonna go with Browns here, 12.5. Next game, this is a surprise to me. Rams at Colts. The Rams are just a 3.5-point favorite. I thought about making this my locked in pick, but I decided not to. But I'm going with the Rams here. I think pretty confidently as well the Rams will win this game.
I'm a Rams guy. So it was not your lock of the week, though?
It's not my lock.
Okay. I'm going with the Rams. I'm giving the 3.5 points at Indianapolis. I mean, Indianapolis is going to be one of those teams that's tough to figure out on a week-to-week basis. Much like the Saints game, I just believe that the Rams are the better team. Give me the 3.5. Don't feel great about this game, but I will take the Rams. And next game on the docket, divisional game, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo's a road favorite. They're given 3 points at Miami. Now, I nailed the Buffalo-Pittsburgh game last week. I did not give Miami the credit they deserved going up to New England. I'm actually taking Miami this game. I'm giving me the home underdog. Give me the 3 points. I'm taking Miami, and I'll give a little bit more detailed on this one. I believe in this Dolphins pass defense, and the Bills aren't running the ball. So I'm just going to say that it's going to make the Bills one-dimensional, and they're going to have a hard time doing their thing like they want to against Miami. Miami's a little more balanced team, so a little bit long synopsis on that, but give me Miami.
All right, let's get another Delta then. I'm going to go with the Bills have a rebound game. There wasn't an easy pick. I definitely stared at it for a little bit, but I'm going to go with the Bills here and be able to rebound, figure some things out, and defeat the Dolphins.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Our next game, another divisional game, New England going to the Jets. New England is a 5.5 point favorite at New York. I'm taking New England. I'm laying the 5.5 points. I like Robert Saleh. I have actually like borderline love Robert Saleh. I just think it's going to take a long time to change that culture. It doesn't happen overnight. And then when you look at Bill Belichick versus rookie quarterbacks, did not look it up, but I've seen this number throughout the years many times. They don't do really well. I'm taking New England to beat the Jets by more than 5.5 points.
So we've already done almost all away teams so far. Uh, the only difference was the Texans, and for me, also picking the Panthers over the Saints. But I'm going to keep on the train of the away team. I'm going to say the Patriots pull it off 5.5. The rookie quarterback duel will lean towards the Patriots. Looking at how that offensive line for the Jets played last week, knowing that they have our old friend Judon there, it might be a long day for Zach Wilson.
There you go.
All right, next game. This isn't my locked-in pick. Broncos at Jags. Going with the Broncos, giving them the 6 points, and or I guess they're minus 6 points. They're the favorite, and I think they'll deliver against the Jaguars.
Did you say this was your lock?
This is my lock.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm stealing it from you, man. The Broncos are a good lock so far.
They have been, and I tell you, I think this is one of those teams where, without talking to you offline, we kind of see the Broncos the same way. Just a good defense, very good defense, and then Teddy steadying the ship. Jerry Jeudy, though, man, tough injury for them. I really thought he was going to break out. Didn't do well for one of my fantasy, or he did well for one of my fantasy teams, but that's going to be a loss. I had him in my flex spot for any fantasy guys out there. But I'm taking the Broncos as well. The Jags let me down last week. They hurt me. I'm hurt, dog. I'm hurt. Don't ask me if I'm all right. Right. So give me the Broncos minus 6 points against the Jags. Las Vegas at Pittsburgh. Ooh, talk about a tough game to figure out. This is another game that I would completely pass on if we weren't doing this. I just don't feel confident. This is going to be, I think, an against the grain pick. If I had to choose, I'm going to take those Vegas Raiders to keep it close. Give me Vegas and the 6.5 points. I think both teams are prone to playing close games, so I'll just take the points in this situation. I think the Steelers will win. Maybe a field goal makes the difference. I'm not sure, Alec.
Nah, man, that's exactly how I'm thinking. Maybe we're both just jaded from Monday night, but I think the Raiders can keep it competitive. 6.5 is a lot of points, so I'll take them. I know they're traveling across the country, could make for an interesting kind of matchup there, but I think they can pull it off even on the short week. Going ahead now, Bengals at Bears. Bears are a 2-point favorite. I watched that game. I don't know if you did on Sunday, and I'm going to say the Bears, as long as they keep in the, what is it they call it, the Red Rocket, Darnold in.
Rifle. There you go again. We got smashes and red rockets on the same show. This is terrible. This is terrible. I'm gonna have to.
Is Red Rocket a bad thing?
Yeah, dude.
I'm so naive, dude.
Yeah, man. You own a dog, right? You do own a dog.
Yeah.
Okay, then just we'll leave it at that. But yes, it's Red Rifle, sir. Red Rifle.
The Red Rifle. Yeah, I think on our show we call him the fiery tomato or something. I forget. We had a name for him because we weren't sure what the nickname was. But I'm going with the Bengals here, which is wild. If this come true, they'll be 2-0, which is not the way you think a season would start off in the AFC North. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Bengals.
Well, I nailed the Bengals last week when their pick against the Vikings. I had them winning that game. That came to fruition. I'm going against them this week. I am taking the Red Rifle. I'm taking the Bears at home, not because of Andy Dalton, but I believe that the Bears' defense will hold up well against Cincinnati. And I like the Bears' running game as well. So I'm looking at 3 out of 4 phases or so, maybe 2 out of 4, but I favor the Bears heavily where they're have the advantage on the Bengals. So give me the Bears minus the 2 points. Going on to Arizona. This is going to be a game where I don't have the over under in front of me, but anytime Arizona plays, I kind of want to take the over. Just the way their team is built and everything. They are 4-point favorites with the Vikings coming to town. I am actually taking the Vikings in this game. I think that it's going to be conventional wisdom that people see what the Cardinals did last week and say, man, the Cardinals look good, the Vikings not so much. But I actually think the way these teams match up, I like the Vikings' balanced attack between the weapons that they have at receiver and Dalvin Cook versus a Cardinals team who I view as more one dimensional with a great passing game, awesome mobile quarterback. Love Kyler Murray. Just because I'm a Lamar Jackson diehard doesn't mean that I can't respect other quarterbacks. But I'm taking the Vikings +4 going to Arizona.
Yeah, so the over-under is 50.5. The Cardinals burned me last week by not hitting their over. Really, I guess Tennessee burned me because they were so anemic. And I actually parlayed it with the Cardinals winning it, or Cardinals spread. And I was really upset about that one because it was going to be a big delta from the winnings perspective. I'm going to actually go with the Cardinals here. And I think they'll be able to outpace the Vikings. I'm just not, like I told you last week, I'm not confident in Cousins. And because of that, I am going to maybe fade them more often than most.
Okay.
All right, going ahead now, you got the very sad Falcons who barely put up any points going to the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Bucks a huge favorite, 12.5. Over under in this game, 51.5. So they think there's going to be a lot of points scored. They think the Falcons, I imagine they think the Falcons are actually going to score more than, again, the double digits, unlike last week with that kind of spread. But I'm going to go ahead and actually pick the Bucks again. Another huge favorite. I usually stray away, but I think the Bucks are a real good team and the Falcons look lost.
Yeah, Tampa Bay doesn't seem like the type of team that would let down emotionally or take the foot off the pedal. New Orleans looks good, but I mean, even with their division competition, it's just the Tom Brady, Bruce Arians style. 12.5 is a lot of points, but I have to go with Tampa Bay on this one, Alec. I don't see it being a close game. So,
yep, yeah, I think we're both in agreement there. Going ahead now to Cowboys visiting the Chargers. The Chargers are a 3.5 favorite, so basically home field advantage and a little bit extra. Another crazy over-under for you DFS players of 55.5. I'm going with the Cowboys here to cover. I'm not 100% sure they're going to win, but man, I'm pretty confident they'll cover. I actually think they probably will win, but I think this is going to be a close game. 3.5 is that beautiful spot where a field goal game you still cover. So let's go with it.
all right, beautiful. By the way, the reason we went 10-4 and 9-5 last week is because there was one tie, and I wasn't counting that. Meant to say that earlier, but so yeah, I guess we're not going to put ties up on the screen because they're going to happen. So who cares if it's a tie? I am going against you in this. Give me those Chargers. Give me the Chargers at home, -3.5. It's a tough one to pick, man. I can't argue with any of your points. Dallas could definitely win this game. For some reason, I'm feeling the home team here in the Chargers. I think they win. I think they win by 4-7. I mean, this isn't a real high confidence pick. This is my anti-lock of the week. Give me the Chargers, though.
Yeah, I get that, man. I think it's hard. It's hard. I watched the Chargers Washington football team game, and they just didn't look super sharp. So that's kind of why I faded them.
There we go. So Tennessee traveling to the Pacific Northwest to face the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks are 6-point favorites against Tennessee. I can't get what I saw last week out of my head on this game from both teams, really. Give me the Seahawks. I'm laying the 6 points. I don't really need to go into the matchups here. I'm just building off the momentum, both my preseason thoughts on the teams and then what they showed me last week. The Titans without Arthur Smith is looking kind of scary right now.
Yeah, I literally changed this one like 3 times when I was doing it. This was the one that I had the hardest time picking. And in fact, when I'm looking at my notes, I was surprised that I picked the one I have here, but I'm going to stick with it. I went with the Titans. So I think it's going to be closer than 6 points. I think they're going to snap out of it. They have too many weapons on offense to have their whole, offense get stifled like that. I think they got out of rhythm. They never got Derrick Henry established. Derrick Henry, unfortunately, is that kind of player that you need to give him an unbelievable amount of carries and like hope that he does something. And then around carry 25, he actually becomes a productive. So they got him off the game plan. Play action wasn't working, but I'm going to say that they find a way to get it working at least enough to cover, not necessarily win. All right. Sunday night, Chiefs at Ravens. Finally with fans. The Ravens have never played the Chiefs with their fans in town. I'll be one of the hopefully 70,000 making some noise. Picking the Ravens here to cover. Again, not sure about winning. 3.5, like I said, that beautiful line where it kind of gets interesting. I'll say that they can cover.
Okay, well, I went with our Ravens last week, and they let us down. So I'm going to try to reverse the reverse whammy on this one, reverse jinx. I'll take the Chiefs in this game, -3.5 on the road, because why not? And we know the Ravens have a lot of injury issues here. So let's hope, I'm very superstitious. So I pick us and we lose. I'm going to pick against us the next week, and hopefully I can bounce us the other way, because, it's all about me. You know what I mean? It has nothing to do with the players, the coaches, the refs. I mean, it's I'm going to be narcissistic. It's because of me we win.
It's a noble sacrifice you're making for us.
Oh, man. Yeah, man.
I was actually on our show. I was thinking, I went back in the history and I was like, did we ever all choose the Ravens to lose? And the answer is no. We never all chose the Ravens to lose. We've been doing this since 2019. And but then Peter chose that the Ravens were going to find a way to win. And I was like, oh, well, me being like the contrarian, like they're losing is not the thing anymore. So screw it. They're going to win.
I love it.
And I actually said they're going to win 34-27 because I was just like, let's flip the script of what happened on Monday night.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Alec's show, by the way, I should link your podcast down there too. So I'll make sure that all your stuff is down there, because Alec does a great job on the Ravens recap, as you can see by his signature down there. Going to Monday night, Alec, last game, ripping through them real quick like we wanted to. Green Bay, 11.5-point favorites in Lambeau Field. Detroit Lions coming to town. Alec, I'm going to take Green Bay in this. I don't feel great about this pick either. 11.5 is a lot. The Lions look like they had some fight in them this week. I'm counting on the Aaron Rodgers rebound in this game. I'm counting on Aaron Jones being actually involved in the game. I'm counting on Devontae Adams. And let's hope Zadarius Smith, or for my pick's sake, Zadarius Smith and the pass rush gets back on track. Give me the Green Bay Packers to bounce back in their home opener.
Yeah, man, this is a tough one. We saw the Lions destroy a lot of hopes and dreams of covering for San Francisco last week. And, excuse me. And I think 11.5, I don't know. Packers look like some garbage, but I picked the Packers too. I think the revenge game's real. Or not revenge, I guess, just like
comeback.
Change the narrative. I think a little bit of rust was knocked off. They got a little startled, maybe woke them up a bit. So let's say the Packers are able to pull this off.
All right, so there you go, fellas. And as usual, we're going to put our picks for the week up on the board. You can see our lock picks down at the bottom. We have Jason there in the green, Alec in the orange. That's our colors we're going to stick with through the year. So as usual, guys, if you have any comments below, what are we on? What are we off on? Who do you like better? Alec, thank you so much for joining me again. I can't wait to continue this throughout the year. See how we stack up. We're doing the hard work, man. We're picking every game with the spread. So if we come out with a winning record here, man, our reputation, our street cred's going up, my friend.
Hey, man, I think we can pull it off. We had a really good week one. Let's keep up the momentum.
So love my football family. Love fans from all across the NFL. Thank you. Football is family. Alec, say goodbye to the people for me.
See you guys.